Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Hope your day's off to a good start. Hope your week has been going well too. Today, I want to talk about what happens when you fail. Not necessarily when you fail in your everyday life, because those things happen, but when you fail when you walk with Christ. Um, Sometimes we as Christians fail in our following with Christ and our following Jesus. But I want to take a look at a certain person in the New Testament. He failed a couple times, but I want to show you what Jesus' response to all that was. So our first reading is going to be in Matthew 14, verses 22 through 33. And it says, "And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night Jesus went unto them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit. And they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And when they were coming to the ship, the wind ceased. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, O of a truth, thou art the Son of God." That's our first verse for the day. Next verses we're going to be looking at Matthew 26. That's one of the first times I guess you could say Peter necessarily didn't fail, but he lost faith. Sometimes we lose faith as well. Um, we think God could do something, or we know God can do something, but then we get in our own heads, or we decide that we're better at doing something. We can handle things. We don't need God, stuff of that nature, and we lose sight of God. And when that happens, we begin to sink, as Peter did. Um, we may not sink into water, but we sink in our life with Christ. Things become more difficult for us, and we don't do as well in what we should be doing. We don't have that faith in God. Now, the second thing we're going to look at with Peter is we all know it was foretold by Jesus that one of his disciples would deny him. And Peter was adamant about it that, no, it's not going to be me. So our second verses are in Matthew 26:69 through 75. Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, Thou also wast with Jesus of Galilee. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him, and said unto them that were there, This fellow was also with Jesus of Nazareth. And again he denied with an oath, I do not know the man. And after a while came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter, Surely thou also art one of them, for the speech bewrayeth thee. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew. And Peter remembered the word of Jesus, which said unto him, Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly. You know, sometimes in our day to day life, we have opportunities to show Christ, show our love for Christ, show others our love for Christ, and we deny Him of that by not sharing with others, not showing the love of Christ to others. So many different things that we do. Um, and Peter, right here, it was foretold that he would do this, and he was like, "No, not me, Christ, or not me, Jesus." And that's kind of how we are. We say we wouldn't do that, but then we do it. Now, our next verse is going to see what happens even if we fail Jesus. And that's going to come in John 21. Let me get to it. 15 through 17. too far. All my pages are sticking together. Sorry about this. In John 21:15-17, so when they had dined, Jesus saith unto Simon Peter, Simon, son of Joseph, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs. He saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my sheep. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things, thou knowest that I love thee. Jesus saith unto him, Feed my sheep. So even though we see here in stark contrast with the fact that Peter denied Jesus 3 times, Jesus asked him 3 times, Do you love me? And all 3 times is the same response is yes, and Jesus tells him to feed my sheep, which means that even though he failed Christ, um, Jesus didn't stop loving him. He didn't stop caring for him. He didn't stop being there for him. He gave him a simple task: feed my sheep. And that's what we're supposed to do. Even when we fail Christ, we don't become a failure. We may have done something wrong. We may have not followed what we should have done. We may have sinned because we're human. We're still going to sin even as Christians. But Jesus says unto him, Feed my sheep. And that's our main call is to feed the sheep, which is the world. So we're to get out there, get his word out there, witness unto others, bring the word unto others, show them what is available in a life with Christ. So just remember, if you feel like you failed God, maybe you did something wrong, maybe you sinned, but you're not a failure. Get out there, feed his sheep, let people know about Christ. God loves you anyways, and he will always love you, no matter what you do. There's nothing you can do to get too far away from God. And you may be backslidden, you may be having a tough time with life right now, but you can always come back to the Father. And that's something I want everybody to remember today as we go forward. So I hope everybody's having a good week. I hope everything's going great for you. If you need me, I'm here for you. If you have prayer requests, put them in the comments and I will definitely pray for you. But if anything else, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Just know God loves you and I love you too. See you later.